What I really want to talk about today is the mindset that you're going to need to succeed long term with this, and also give you 7 specific steps that you can implement into your training and nutrition and lifestyle to succeed in the long term, because that's what it's about, guys. It's about getting an incredible result in our initial 8 weeks, then building on that and building a foundation for success, 8 weeks to get started, 16 weeks after that, and then a 6-month mastery. And so over a sort of 9 to 12 month period, we're locking in the foundations for success for the rest of our life. But in terms of our initial program, it's really important to understand this. You've got to make this a lifestyle and really understand that at this point, there is no finish line, okay? It's not that in 30 days or 40 days or 50 days, we're done and it's all done and dusted and you just stop training or you back off. You actually go deeper. And if you can get that ingrained in your mind now that there is no finish line, it's about making it a way of living. It's about making it a lifestyle and locking in the training and the weights and the lifting and getting that hit from, a 45-minute session each day to an hour a day, and getting that energy from the training. And then also taking that and getting your nutrition dialed in to the point where you feel amazing, okay? We want that to be locked in long term. So your body is a byproduct of your habits. And what we need to understand is that it's not the other way around. Most people think, well, when I'm lean, then I'll be healthy. It's not like that. You've got to be healthy and have the nutrition dialed in, and have the sleep dialed in, and have the training dialed in. And the byproduct of that is lean and strong and fit. And there are different phases, but the gas is always on. So we never take the foot pedal off. We never take the accelerator off. And if you take it off once, then it's going to become that much harder the next time to keep it down. So what I mean by that is we're going to have it at 85%, 90%, 95, 100, different varying levels over the coming years in your transformation. And right now it should be at 100% because you're trying to achieve a full body transformation. We keep it at 100%, and then when we get to a point where you're happy with your body, then you back off a little, okay? Maybe it goes to 95, but you don't back off completely. We never take our foot off the accelerator. You've got to understand that now, that you're always going to be training at some level. You've always got to be eating well at some level. And, that should be the majority of your day and the majority of your habits. It's the only way to lock this in long term. When you get abs, they don't just stay there. You actually have to earn them every single day. It's like you wake up. It is an opportunity to either keep and maintain the success that you have or lose it. And I will talk a little bit more about that in this presentation. When you get to your goal that doesn't stop, you've got to go deeper, and you've got to take those initial results that you get and use them as fuel and motivation. Here's the thing about body transformation. It is an incredible measure of success. I was thinking about this today. It's like you could work really, really hard in your job and think that you're up for this promotion. You think, well, if I just work really hard for the next year and I do all the work and I go above and beyond and I come in an hour early and I stay an hour late and I do all this work and I make, more progress than everybody else in my team, you could get to the end of the year and you still, maybe they don't recognize your effort and you don't get that promotion. And that's frustrating. But here's the thing. Body transformation is the opposite. It's you against you. You go in the gym, and if you hit that workout, your body is physiologically changing for the next 2 to 3 days. Your body is going into hyperdrive and adaptation. There's nowhere to hide. And I think this is one thing that people really struggle with. And it's like, I tried to train and I tried the diet and I never got results. And I've tried everything. It's like, well, you didn't. You just didn't do the work because it's only you against you. And so if it's not working for you, then you did something wrong. And so the good thing about that is that when you do the right thing, the results come. And there's nothing else in life that just gives you so much immediate feedback of the needle. If you push the needle in the right direction, your body changes. If it goes the wrong direction, your body changes, and it's going to go one way or the other. And this is the amazing thing about body transformation is you have this ability to move the needle and move the accelerator to change the physiology in your body. And it is an incredible measure for success. So while a lot of things in life aren't guaranteed, one thing is that if you move your body and eat better, you will change. And it is that simple. Here's step one, guys, to success. Push the nutrition pedal. You've got to be pushing. You've got to be pushing. And everyone thinks about training. Everyone thinks it's about training hard. And it is about training hard. And it's also about the 23 hours of the day that you're feeding your body. And you can't out-train a bad diet. We all know that. And that really is true. You can't, because you could train your ass off and, excuse my French, you could train really hard and not fuel your body. Your body's just breaking down. It's not going to get you lean. It's not going to help you put on muscle. Nutrition is everything here. So you should always be pushing harder with nutrition, with that pedal, think of the gas in the car, than anything else. You got to have the training pedal down and the nutrition pedal down. Eat like a king or queen. What does that mean? Well, the king and the queen always eat the best foods of the land. And you've got to source exceptional produce. And this is the single most important element of being able to sustain this long term. If you're just going for quick and convenient, if you're just going for mass, and the quality's not there. Like, for example, people ask me sometimes, is frozen vegetables okay? Well, from a micronutrient and a calorie perspective, it's fine. From a fiber perspective, it's fine. But do I want to eat frozen green beans for the rest of my life? No. So I'm going to go and source exceptional produce from a greengrocer that is like amazing. And all I want to eat are these salads and these vegetables coming out of this greengrocer and fresh produce every single day. And so we talk about longevity. You've got to put the work into finding incredible produce and eat like a king or a queen. The king or the queen would only ever eat the best foods of the land. And that's what you need to do. Be obsessed. Be obsessed with the numbers. 200 grams of protein, 1 tablespoon of fat, 1 to 2 cups of veg. It's not 250 grams of protein. It's not 150. It's 200 grams. You got to be obsessed with the numbers, get it right, focus on the formula. Don't worry about the results. They will come. Focus on the formula. Have trust and faith in the formula. And prepare ahead of time. If you've got something coming up, let's say you've got a work seminar, or you've got, a day at work where it's going to be difficult, you don't have as much time as you usually have, you've got to have your meals prepared. You've got to have everything ready to go. If you've got a Christmas party coming up on the weekend, don't go to the Christmas party and go, oh, well, all they had was fried food. Well, that's just not good enough. That's not a habit. That's not a behavior of a successful, healthy person. You would eat beforehand, and you could eat when you get home. And, if you're at that party 3-4 hours, it's fine. Otherwise, take a meal, or take some steaks to cook on the barbecue and, eat the salad that they've provided and have that with your eye fillet. Have your sparkling water, take your own, or make sure that they've got some. If you're going to a restaurant, pick a restaurant that is conducive to you being able to eat the meals that you want to eat. The steak, the fresh fish, the chicken, etc. Sauces on the side. Prepare ahead of time. Also make it really simple with nutrition. Make it really simple. I just use basic spices. I use things like Moroccan spices on my chicken. Very simple. Steaks, I don't add anything onto it because I want to eat the steak. I want the flavor of the steak. Pink rock salt on all your meals. Cracked pepper on all your meals. Fresh lemons and limes. Always have them on hand. Bit of chili maybe. Bit of paprika. Maybe a bit of turmeric on your chicken. Simple. Just keep it simple. You don't need to go to crazy levels of preparation, which is going to take time and energy, and you're going to lose out long term because it's not sustainable. By all means, experiment, but make it simple. Take responsibility so that, that's just what I was talking about in terms of going places. If things come up in your life, you've got to be prepared for that and take responsibility. You are the only person who controls what goes in your mouth. Keep it simple. and always have backups on hand. Tuna, mackerel, sardines are easy backups with cucumbers and carrots. You can always have something there. Always have something on, ready to go just in case. Sleep like a baby. Sleep is your number one most important ingredient on getting lean. If you're not sleeping, you're not getting lean. It's just that simple. If you don't sleep enough, your body's not going to change. It's not going to oxidize body fat, and your cortisol is going to go through the roof. Cortisol is the stress hormone of the body, which will make you hold belly fat around the gut. And that's what happens when you have high cortisol. It is also going to mess up your hormones. Your HGH is going to be lowered, so you're not going to be lean. Your test is going to be lowered, so you're not going to have as much muscle mass and strength for your workouts. You've got to sleep, guys. This whole thing about sleep less, work, it's crazy. You've got to sleep, and you've got to rest. You've got to recover your body. Sleep 8 hours. Go to bed at the same time every night. Harvard did studies on this, and they show that you've got to sleep at the same time every night. Go to bed at the same time every night to get the most out of your sleep, and also wake up at the same time. Here's a big one. No tech 2 hours before bed is going to make a huge difference to your sleep. Use candlelight or blue light blocking glasses. You can buy them on Amazon before bed. Supplement with magnesium at dinner, and no caffeine after 1 p.m. because caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, which means that in 6 hours, approximately 6 hours, that means in 6 hours after you have your caffeine intake, still 50% of the caffeine will be in your system. And caffeine will stimulate cortisol. What coffee does is it gives you energy because it stimulates stress in your body. It's the stress hormone, cortisol. So if you're having a coffee or an iced coffee or anything in the afternoon, you certainly shouldn't be having iced coffee at this point. But if you're having a coffee in the afternoon, like 3, 4 o'clock, well, 6 hours later, that's 9, 10 o'clock. Do you really want 50% of the caffeine and stimulation, the cortisol stimulation in your body at 9, 10 o'clock at night when you're trying to go to bed? Sleep like a baby and you'll do really well. Make recovery a priority. So here's the thing, guys. The training is going to build muscle. The training is going to build muscle and tone and shape. The HIIT training, which you should all be doing 1 to 2 sessions per week at this point now, which is the Stairmaster, it's the sprints, it's the hill sprints, it's the track sprints, it's the short, sharp interval training, and these are separate sessions from your weight sessions. So, as you dial deeper and you want to get leaner, you want to ramp HIIT training up. And these are separate sessions. So you train weights in the morning, HIIT at night, or weights in the morning, HIIT at night. Both require meals before and after. Make recovery a priority. You've got to eat within 1 hour, okay? You got to eat within 1 hour. You've got to eat 60 to 90 minutes pre-training. You want to supplement with your collagen post-training, immediately post-training. You want to supplement with your magnesium at dinner, okay, your specific strain of magnesium. And then you want to supplement with your curcumin as an natural anti-inflammatory antioxidant with all your meals throughout the day. If you're doing all that, you'll get an incredible recovery. If in doubt, eat more. Okay, if you're hungry, eat another meal. This is going to stimulate recovery, and you're feeding the cells in your body amino acids for your body to be able to recover. Hit your nutrition numbers exactly. And never stimulants after training. You never want to be having a coffee post-training, because when you train, you're spiking cortisol. Okay. Now you don't, as soon as you finish, you want to go into recovery mode. You don't want to spike cortisol, and you don't want to be agitated. You want your nervous system to come down and relax. Okay. And go into a recovery state. Build a relentless mindset. Step 4. Every single day is an opportunity to forge your new character. So when you wake up, you're going to be tested. Things are going to come up. Things in your life are going to come up, and you might have days where you don't feel like training. You might have days where you feel like pancakes instead of eggs. You might have days where you get home and you're exhausted and all you want to do is sink a couple of beers. You might have days where, you get to the gym and you just literally can't, you just want to go home. And these are the exact days when you are tested, and you have to have the mindset in which that, you know, you're up for a challenge. And every day that you do the right thing and you tick that box and you still make it happen, you forge the character that is you, the successful version of you. And we're all going through it. Everyone goes through it at every level. You know, it's not easier for one person than it is for the other. Get that out of your head. It's an even playing field, guys. It is an even playing field. The gym and your health and your fitness is an even playing field. And every single day when you don't feel like it is the day that really matters. And understand that you need to build a relentless mindset, that if you genuinely want this, you must do the work and you have to get up. And even if it's not perfect, even if you got to get it in, you got to get those meals in, get the sleep in, get the training in, and stay away from the things that are holding you back. Be, do, have. Everyone wants to have the abs so they can go to the beach and, you know, just rock the six pack at the beach, or they can wear the clothes that they want. They can feel confident in themselves, and then they'll be that person who has abs. Guess what? It doesn't work like that. It's the opposite. You've got to be the person first. Be the person who deserves abs. Be the person who deserves to be ripped. Be the person who deserves to be jacked and look fantastic and be fit and strong and smash his workout. Be that person, okay? And do as if you were that person, and you will eventually, at the right time, you will have that result. The most important 2 words of the English language. Can you guess what they are? Can you guess what they are? The most important 2 words of the English language are I am. I am. And that's what we identify with. And, you know, let's just take a person who believes that they are a healthy, lean, fit person. And they identify that I am a healthy, fit, lean person. And let's just look at someone over here who believes that I am an unhealthy, I'm sort of unfit, you know, I'm overweight, and I've always struggled with weight. If you believe that, and then that becomes your reality, it's going to continue to become your reality. So if you want to change that, you have to change the I am. And understand that those I ams, that 2 words, is the single most important 2 words in the English language in your vocabulary. So how do you change that? You've got to believe it. You've got to say it. You've got to repeat it. I am, over and over. And you can use a mantra. And an incredible mantra that I love is I am a healthy person. And you want to write this down. This is killer. You want to write this down. This is fantastic. The most important mantra here. I am a healthy person who eats healthy foods to build and nourish my body. So I am a healthy person who eats healthy foods to build and nourish my body. Okay. And that is an incredible mantra to live by every day, because if you're contemplating whether you should eat the Tim Tams or you should go and eat the steak in the fridge, and you remind yourself of your mantra, I am a healthy person who eats healthy foods to build and nourish my body. Are you going to eat the Tim Tams? No, you're not. You're going to put the Tim Tams down. You're going to go and eat the steak. And guess what? When you do that every day, you start to see results. And when you start to see results, you know, you're becoming that person every single day. So I am a healthy person who eats healthy foods to build and nourish my body is an incredible mantra. You can write your own, but I would recommend you start with the I am a healthy person. You want to write that down daily. You want to think it, breathe it, imagine it in the shower when you're starting your day. Start with that mantra. Anytime you're tested, remind yourself of that mantra, and then make a decision from that place of power. Use meditation as a tool. Again, you know, meditating on the ideas and the concepts of change and transformation, and I am a healthy person. I am a powerful person. You know, these are things that will propel you forward towards your goals. You have the power to change your body. It is that simple. And it starts with your mind. And this is the single most important tool that you have to use at your disposal. And meditation is an incredible, powerful tool to be able to do that. I recommend the One Giant Mind app, which is a free app, and you can download it. You can do 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes of meditation a day. So powerful, so powerful. In fact, up there with one of the most powerful things that you can do in terms of transformation. Educate yourself daily. If you're not growing, you're dying. Your mind, again, coming back to the mind, your mind is the most important element in all of this. You can train hard, you can eat well, but if you don't believe it in your mind, it's not going to happen. If you don't work on your mind, it's not going to happen. You have to believe, you have to create the new you every single day. And that starts with a belief in your mind that now is a new day and today is a new day. And this must happen. This is where I'm going. And this is my reality. And that's where the mind comes into it. You want to always be reading, learning, and educating, always feeding the brain. Are you feeding the brain with news and shock information that is constantly clickbait information, which is designed to just get you hooked and stimulated for a quick second before you look on to the next thing? Are you just sitting there scrolling on Instagram and Facebook constantly when that is time that you could be using to feed your brain? And this is a body transformation, but the idea of transformation means to go beyond form. And to go beyond form, you have to change your mind. And to change your mind, you've got to educate yourself, and you've got to actually do the work every single day and work on your mind. And how can you do that? You feed the brain with books every single day. You're just listening. You're watching videos. You watch all the resources, all the videos that we've sent you. You should have already watched those. Training specifically to get lean, nutrition 101, mindset and motivation. You've got to be all over it. And then download Audible and read these 3 books: Atomic Habits, Why We Sleep, and You Can't Hurt Me, which are 3 incredible books. Atomic Habits about building rituals and behaviors in your body to create success in your life, basically automatically, like waking up and brushing your teeth. Why We Sleep just drills into why sleep is so important for your body and your brain and your happiness and wellness. And then You Can't Hurt Me is David Goggins, which is a book about mindset and creating the relentless bulletproof mindset. And if you read those 3, you're on fire. Do it for 15, 20 minutes a day, and you can listen to it on Audible, and you're constantly feeding the brain for the next 2 months. Yeah. The whole idea about, there was a story that was told to me. It was about the 2 wood choppers, and, they fight. There was an old guy and there was a young guy, and they challenged each other. And the young guy was like, I can definitely cut down this tree faster than you. And I can cut down more trees than you can. And the old guy's like, nah, you can't. And the young guy just keep pushing him, keep pressuring him till he finally got to the point where he's like, all right, I'll challenge you. So they came to the day of the challenge, and everyone in the village comes up. They're sitting around the farmhouse, and there's all these trees up on the top of the valley, and it's like 9 a.m. And the young guy runs up the hill with his axe, and he spends the whole day up there. He's chopping and he's chopping and he's chopping. And everyone's like, what is this old guy doing? He's just sitting there. He's having his breakfast and he's having his coffee. Eventually, he goes up and he, does about half an hour of work, comes back down, sits down, has some lunch, and spends the whole day just relaxing. And then, he's spending like a few hours in the garage, in the shed. And everyone's like, what is this guy doing? He's like spending all his time in the shed, and he's not out there chopping. And the young guy is up there and he's chopping, and he doesn't stop for lunch even. He's going, it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all the way through into the evening. And then finally, when it comes down to about an hour before the end, the old guy walks up to the top and starts chopping. And it's all finishes up, and the town goes up and counts how many logs they've chopped. And the old guy has chopped twice as many as the young guy. And he was up there the whole day. And they asked him, what did you do? You know, how did you do that? He's like, well, you know, for every hour that I chop, I spend 7 hours sharpening my axe. And this is what education is all about. It's about sharpening the axe so that when you go to execute, you are on point and you're here to deliver. And it's about getting the maximum efficiency for the output and the input. Supplement smart, you know, step 6, supplements, hit the protocols exactly. So stick to practitioner only products. You do not want to deviate from your practitioner only products. You know, you're just not getting what you need. And also you're going to get a lot of fillers and, you know, stimulants and sugars and things that aren't good for your body. You're also going to get, you know, strains of the product that you're not necessarily looking for. For example, magnesium, if you go for a Swiss magnesium, you're getting 95% magnesium oxide, which is not even absorbed into the blood. So you want to stick to your practitioner only products, guys. I think we're all aware of that. You want to hit the protocols exactly. You know, always take your products with food unless specifically stated otherwise. So your GABA mag, you want to run 5 to 6 caps at dinner. Your night mag formula, you want to run 1 teaspoon to start, and then eventually you can go to a tablespoon mixed in with water. So what I would do is I'd run your GABA mag one day, and then the next day you're going to run your night formula magnesium. This particular night formula magnesium has a bunch of herbs in it, like lavender and all these really amazing things for your body as well to help you calm before sleep. So you're going to do your GABA mag one day, next day do your night formula, and you're constantly rotating that. Your super greens is one that you do have on an empty stomach. It's 1 scoop in about 600 mils of water with a little bit of fresh lemon in there is nice as well. Shake it up first thing in the morning, bang, and then you can have another one in the afternoon. Your curcumin you want to run with meals. So 1 to 2 capsules with all your meals throughout the day. I'd start at 1 and you can eventually build up to 2. Your liposomal glutathione, you want to run that 4 to 5 sprays under the tongue. Hold for 90 seconds so it's absorbed into the body and brain, and then swallow after about 90 seconds. Your collagen, you want to do 1 scoop post-training within half an hour post-training. Train like a beast. This is your 1 hour of the day to lay it out on the table and go all in. Give it everything you've got. No distractions. Intensity is everything. Use rest pauses if necessary. If you're working through a set and you're struggling with the set and you can't get it out, rest for 5 to 10 seconds and then jump back in and complete the set. Don't walk away from the set going, oh, I couldn't do it, it was too heavy, or it was too many reps. Stop, rest for 5 to 10 seconds. Always complete the laid out reps and sets and exercises. Never leave the gym with anything in the tank. If you know you've got more in the tank, don't leave. Go back in, hit some more sets, hit some more reps. Even if you finish your whole work, you still got more, go do something else, you know, find something. Just find one of the exercises you did, do another 2, 3, 4 sets. Finish with some sled, finish with 10 minutes on the stepper, finish with some battle ropes. Always looking for something. You know, you want to push yourself. Always challenge yourself in your workout to push that little bit extra.